Do you want to rank your videos on YouTube? So where people will search for a term and ping, up comes your video. Now I often get this question is how can I get my videos ranked on YouTube? I've uploaded my video and I'm not getting any traction or any views. Now when it comes to YouTube, you have to have a strategy for it. There is no quick solution, sorry about that. You have to commit some time to it and consistency. So what I mean by time, it generally means that you're going to have to think about uploading regular video content and consistent video content. So we should be looking at least one video a week. That's what you need to be looking at if you want to grow your channel and to get some traction on YouTube. Let me go through what I call the basics. This is my 101 basics for how to rank your video on YouTube. I hope you find it useful. Let's go to the training. I'm just going to go through what I think is best practice for putting video content on YouTube. And the key is consistency and commitment. Okay, you should be looking, uploading a video at least once a week to the platform, and ideally you want to be able to start growing your audience, and you need to tell YouTube that actually you're serious about this. You're not just going to post ad hoc, and you need to think about this, play the long game with YouTube, and that's consistently posting videos. And also I think YouTube is a very different platform in terms of, it's not like Facebook or here on LinkedIn, where generally videos tend to be short, under 2 minutes, tends to be more effective in terms of engagement. With YouTube, I think the average watch time is about 4.5 minutes, and I think a lot of people post videos which are 10 minutes plus, and they get a lot of engagement with that. And if you're serious about YouTube and trying to rank your videos, it needs a much larger time commitment and investment in content production as well. And I think before you go to start, if you want to grow your YouTube channel and get your videos ranked, I think you're going to have to research before you record. And the idea of that is you want to research the topic that you want to talk about, and you just want to look at who else is talking about this and what are the terms people are searching for. Keywords, basically. It's a bit like what Google do with their SEO analytics, and of course YouTube is owned by Google, and so the approach to SEO is pretty much the same. You need to do some keyword research to work out what your potential audience actually looking for, and there's lots of tools that can help you with this. I think there's keywords.everywhere.com. I think that's a Chrome plugin, and you can put in keyword terms and it will list all the ones that are related to that and how popular they are. For video apps, there's something called TubeBuddy and one called vidIQ. These are basically paid for apps. I think TubeBuddy starts from about $9 a month. It's a Chrome plugin, and it allows you to look at how your videos are doing, but also do research on other people's videos as well. If we have a look at this, is just a screenshot of TubeBuddy. What's great about this, it's a pretty powerful tool actually, and what you can actually do is look at your competitor videos or look at other people if they're sort of made videos on topics you want to talk about. You can actually see how they perform in terms of views and comments and the keywords they're using. It's well worth having a look at. I think both of them do like a free, like a 7-day trial, so you can look at it, and then if you want to rank your videos on YouTube, I would certainly look at one of these tools. So back to YouTube SEO. Let's look at some best practices. It's all about what we call the metadata. And by this, this is where you have some control over what you are uploading to YouTube. All right, so this is when you post a video on YouTube, these are the things you need to look at. This is best practice. So if you want to rank a video on YouTube, you need to look at keywords. Okay, what keywords are people searching for? So when they type in something like how to rank a video on YouTube, you need to create a video which has these keywords in it. So it could be in your title. So if you're doing how to rank a video on YouTube, the title will probably be how to rank your video on YouTube. The video file, the MP4 video file you upload to YouTube, should also have the same title. So again, for example, if you're doing how to rank your video on YouTube, the video file should be named the same thing. In the description, of course, underneath you have lots of opportunity to say a lot about this. Again, your keyword should be in the description as well, and also in your tag. So it could be, again, using how to rank a video on YouTube. You could have lots of different tags as keywords. So it could be how to rank my video on YouTube, how to rank a video on YouTube, YouTube SEO. So you can actually use lots of different tags with that. And of course, it really helps to say the keyword phrase in the video as well. So again, if we're using how to rank a YouTube on video, you'll be able to say, right, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can rank your video on YouTube. You then should create a transcript of this, of which then you can create a caption file, SRT file. Now, of course, YouTube will actually do this for you. They do what they call automatic transcriptions and captions, but I find that depending on your accent or how you pronounce words, quite often it gets it wrong. So it's probably worth going into a service. I use rev.com, which will provide me with an SRT file, of which then you can upload directly to YouTube. Now, I think it's really good practice to definitely have an SRT file, or if you want to use YouTube's auto captioning service, you just go back into it and you can correct it. Actually, you can go correct it back in the tools that YouTube provide. And the other thing is that really important, which I see a lot of businesses don't really focus on, is they create a thumbnail. It's really important that the thumbnail can also have the keywords in it. So for example, if again using how to rank your video on YouTube, it could be how to rank a video on YouTube. As simple as that. And the idea is that if you have a sort of if it's called large letters and compelling thumbnail, the idea is that people will see that in the YouTube feed. They might click on it. So you can either use something like Photoshop to create this thumbnail. There's other services like Canva.com, or if you're not a graphic designer or something like, if you're not comfortable with creating your own thumbnail, you can use a service like Fiverr.com, and I'm sure you can find someone who can create a thumbnail for you pretty cost effectively. So thumbnails are really important. So what all this does, it tells YouTube what your video is about. So if you want to rank a video, for example, for how to rank a video on YouTube, if it's in your title, video file, description, tags, you say it in the video, you've got a transcription of it, and it's on the thumbnails, YouTube will know that this video is about how to rank video on YouTube. So that's what you have control over. This is best practice for probably any video you upload to YouTube, is to make sure that it's consistent with its message. So the other factors that aid in ranking videos on YouTube is what we call social proof. This is not so much in your control, but what YouTube is also looking is your YouTube channel. So it's looking at how many subscribers do you have. It's looking at, do people are linking to your video, for example, and this is actually a YouTube video, are they mentioning it in other blog posts? are they talking about it? And are they cutting the, actually creating the link and posting it to other social media, things like that. It's also other YouTube viewers and watchers, are they creating their own playlists? Because your own channel, you can create playlists, and are they adding your video into their playlist? YouTube's also looking at the amount of shares, in terms of are they sharing it on YouTube or not YouTube, but Twitter, Facebook, things like that. Obviously, things like likes and things are really important, which comes down to performance. So, views are not the be end all. So normally in the early days that YouTube, it's like how many people watched your video. YouTube got sort of pretty wise to the fact that people could do fake views, you could buy views. So so views so much not so important, though I understand from a what I call a vanity metric, views are important because you actually want to see how many people actually watch your video. But what YouTube are really interested in is what we call watch time. Now, if you are on YouTube, you can, it can, vary from, depending, it's 3 seconds or 30 seconds. And what they're interested in is how long they're watching the whole video for. So if you have a 5-minute video, so are people just watching the first 10 seconds and then bouncing off, or are they watching, 3 minutes or the 5 minutes or 4 minutes? So the idea, of course, when you post a video on YouTube, you want people to watch the whole video, but in reality, most people don't. Most people, the drop-off rate can be really high. Most people, very few percentage of people, probably only, if 20% of people watch all of your video, that is a very good statistic. What YouTube are looking for is people who start to watch your video and then just after 10 seconds or less, just don't want to watch anymore, because that indicates to YouTube that actually people know that the video is not actually what they're looking for. So so when you're looking at the analytics of your YouTube video, it's important not just to get caught up in the views, but actually look at what we call the watch time and see where people are dropping off on your videos. Performance-wise, it's also important to, obviously engagement is important, that is views, but also, are people liking it? It's thumbs up, thumbs down, and how many people are commenting. So again, if lots of people are watching it, the watch time is pretty high, and YouTube is seeing that people are liking the video and people are commenting, that really helps on ranking the video. So then YouTube, this is another factor that YouTube take into fact, in terms of ranking. It also looks at the YouTube viewer history in terms of what you are searching for. What are you clicking on? Subscribers and things like that. So obviously if you subscribe to a channel, or someone is subscribing to your channel and then you're posting video content, they're more likely to see that video in their dashboard or related videos. So when it comes to ranking your video on YouTube, there's lots of things to consider. You have to play the long game, okay? Sometimes you can upload video and it can rank really quickly and you might get some success, but ultimately long-term success is all about consistency. So I hope you found that training really useful. As you can see, there is a lot to YouTube. It's, it is a long-term game and there's quite a few moving elements you need to consider to be successful on YouTube. Now I know there's lots of people on YouTube who are very successful, who swear by YouTube in terms of growing their business. You can too, but you just got to remember, it's about commitment and consistency. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.